I just think every hockey person and hockey player and coach at this time of year, every day it goes by, you wish it was sooner, but now it's here, so we're all excited about getting ready. And as coaches go, we get excited about trying to, things that we didn't do well last year, get off on the right foot. Not hockey wise, but I mean, as coaches, we'll sit there and we'll go, what didn't I really stress last year at the beginning, and it went a little haywire. We get do-overs, and so I think that's a real exciting part for coaches to start the year.
Bruce, you're scrimmaging every day, which is kind of unusual for Canucks camp. Does part of that have to do with the fact you've got so many new additions, or just the way you like to run your camps?
It's I don't know. It's a little bit different. I'm not used to scrimmaging as well, but I mean it's just through conversation and doing things that we all wanted to do and see. We want to see the players in action. So, and it's only for the first 3 days. You won't see any scrimmages once we get back here.
Just to follow up too, your players obviously talked about the same thing this morning. It's about getting to the playoffs and doing something once they're there. JT talked about, it's not so much trying to replicate his 99 points, which is going to be difficult. He talked about being a much more complete player, especially on the defensive side. What does that mean to you as a coach? Because I know you hold him in high regard.
Yeah, I mean, it just proves that he's all about winning, and I mean, the points will take care of himself. He's going to be put in a position to get them, and he's skilled enough to get a lot of points. But I mean, when you start thinking about the winning, and if everybody thinks that way, then it doesn't matter who does what, and you'll be a successful team. So to hear JT talk like that it's really promising.
Bruce, a procedural question. Just as far as you know, everybody that's on the roster healthy and available to hit the ice tomorrow?
I certainly hope so. I mean, from nobody's told me any different. So I mean, everybody we have right now is ready to go.
And what will you be looking for from Kuzmenko? And how long do you think it's going to take for you to get a book on, his comfort level and ultimately what he's able to bring to this?
Well, I think more with him is the pace. Like I just have to believe that the pace in the NHL is a little quicker than the pace in the KHL. And a lot of times I think that you get skilled players that they stay on the ice a little too long in other leagues. I mean, there won't be minute and 10 average shift. It's going hard for 40 seconds and then getting off. And so I want to see those things. There's no doubt about his skill. He's skilled. He can play. He's excited to play. He's a really colorful guy. I kind of believe if he does good, he's going to take the town by storm. But it's if he can just the rigors, the physicality. Can he handle the physicality? Is he willing to go to the dirty areas to get the goals that I don't think other leagues provide stiff competition for that? Those are the things you're going to look for.
Bruce, you talked about the winning attitude. JT talked about it. And when we asked Bo, I said there was one thing about being a team grinding to get in the playoffs, and then there's being a playoff team. He said, we want to be a playoff team contending for the Stanley Cup. Anything else is a failure. Would you agree? Do you see this team set up for that kind of success?
Well, I firmly believe in our team. I believe in this group. I believe that we're a good hockey team, and ever since I got here, they've showed me no other reason to believe that. So, I mean, I know it's a new season, but I got to believe that we're capable of taking off where we've left off, and I think if you look at it on paper, we're a better team now than we were at the end of the year. So, I mean, there's, most teams are, but I mean, there's no reason for me to think that we're not capable of doing some pretty good things here.
I want to take you back a month ago. You did something pretty special. You went to Williamsburg, Pennsylvania to chat with the
Oh, yeah.
Canadian champs. How was your summer? How did that all come about? What did it mean to you to see the kids in that environment? Is that
Well,
special for them?
yeah, you know what? I woke up one morning, I live in Hershey, which is about an hour and 45 minutes away, and I was reading because me and my son, we've been watching this forever, and the Little League World Series, and looked at, and we always look how Canada does, but it always said Canada. And so then it said Canada, Vancouver's team. And I went, holy, like I said, I got to go there. I mean, they support us like crazy. I got to go there and support them. So I told my wife, and we just, we got in the car and we went there, and I asked there if I could speak to the kids and wish them well, and that we're behind them and all of Canada's behind them. And that was it. It was great. The only thing wrong was a 3-hour rain delay. So we got back at around 1 o'clock in the morning. But other than that, it was a fabulous experience for us. It's amazing to see those kids. And, we invited them to one of our games, and hopefully they'll all show up one day.
Last year you spoke about getting the chance to coach again. I'm wondering how much you enjoyed last year, and has it amplified your excitement for this year? Because you're always very animated with the Chaps. We can see how much this means to you, how much you love the game. Is it amplified even more now?
Yeah, you never know when it's going to end. And I had my longest drought of being behind a bench or being playing in my life before this opportunity came around. And I just want to, I love it so much. I mean, I could do it 12 months a year. I mean, don't get tired of it and get excited about the prospects of it. And, you hope it can go on forever. But I'm going to enjoy it because you love the game and you love the people you deal with, even you guys most of the time. But I'm so happy it's starting. I can't wait to get started.
You talked earlier about picking up where you left off a year ago. Patrick was asked about that. Similarly, he said, whatever people think of those last 50 games, it wasn't good enough because we didn't make the playoffs. So let's stop talking about it. We need to be better. Do you still view last year as a launch point, or that it wasn't good enough and we need to just start over again?
Well, it was a belief point that when I got here, they didn't believe that they could do it. But I think now, talking to them in the summer, they all believe that they're capable of doing it. And not making the playoffs would be, it would be a big disaster for us, I think, individually and collectively. I mean, because but to make the playoffs, we have to do better and be more consistent over 82 games, not not 56 games or whatever the amount of the number was. So it's I would be disappointed and would call it a failure if we didn't succeed in our goals this year.
I know we joked about it at the golf tournament about just the comments at the end of last season from Patrick and Jim about structure and improvements in that area. What does that structure look like for you now? Like, what are you going to try to establish in terms of defensive systems this training camp?
Well, I mean, I think our systems are fine. It's just doing it and making sure we do it properly. Not the systems, but we get the results of tape-to-tape passes, winning battles on the boards. I mean, that's what they were talking about. It wasn't the structure of the game, because I mean, look at we ended up in the last 56 games 5th overall defensively. So we must be doing something right. And so it's if we can make sure that everybody from the start, we're talking about good habits, and what I earlier said is things that you might have let slip and slide, you get on them in the first day of practice and you don't let up on them, then I think we'll be fine all the way through.
How will you manage Tucker Poolman in camp? Like, do you need to push him to see if he can handle it, or do you take a more conservative approach?
Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, everybody's from doctors to Tucker have said he's ready to go. So I mean, we'll probably, after these 3 days, throw him in the deep end right off the bat, see how it is.